Today we're talking about Lorcana again, and if you guys haven't tried out Lorcana, a good way for you to jump into it is to try it out on Pixelborn. Pixelborn is a way that you can play Lorcana online, and it's free and you can get all of the cards, so it's an easy way to jump into Lorcana and build some decks and try it out. And if you're looking for some easy and fun decks to use on Pixelborn, then that's what we're going to be going over in this video. Now, I tried building lots of different decks on Pixelborn, and the ones that I kind of gravitate to usually are kind of the quick and fun ones. And so the deck that I'm going to share with you guys today is an aggressive deck, an aggro deck in Amber and Amethyst that you just play a bunch of creatures fast and then try and protect them with bodyguards and try and see the game out really quickly. Now on Pixelborn they have different ranks, and if you play the ranked games you can rank up through wood and silver and gold all the way up until Grandmaster if you play that much and if you're that good. But if you just want a quick and easy deck to get you up into silver and gold, this deck is perfect for you. Alright, so here is the deck list, and if you want you can just scan the QR code and go check it out and copy it over on Dreamborn. And if you hang around to the end of the video, I'll actually share one more deck list with you, a different one that I call Lemon Lime. That's another fun deck that you can try out if you want. But really quick, let's go through this deck list just so you can get an idea of the cards that we have in it. So the general idea obviously is just to drop a lot of quick creatures on turn 1 and turn 2. And so your ideal first turn would be to ink something and then drop either a Lilo or a Maleficent. And then on turn 2 you'd want to be dropping a Pinocchio because he's your best character for getting lore really quickly. And then after turn 2 you want to be dropping a Bodyguard to protect your 1 and 2 drops. And so in this deck we've got Simba, Protective Cub, and we've got Goofy and Maximus. Now your very ideal situation would be on turn 3 to be able to get a Goofy or a Maximus in play, and you do that by using Just in Time. But then once you get past that point in the game you also have Arthur, Madame Mim Fox, Maleficent Sorceress, Rapunzel, a bunch of things to either bounce your characters or to get you some card draw. And that's the basic idea of this deck. Start really aggressive, get 1s and 2 drops out, protect them with bodyguards, and then later on finish the game out. So let's jump into a game. So obviously, because this deck is fast, it's really important that you go first. In this game, we're going second, and so it's nice for you guys to see how it ends up when we go second. But again, we want to get a 1-drop, either Lilo or Maleficent, and a 2-drop Pinocchio, and so we have those. And so we can go searching now for a way to get a Bodyguard in on 3. We do get a Goofy and a Just in Time, and so this I would say is your ideal first hand. And it looks like we're playing against Ruby. My guess would be Ruby Amethyst, but they don't have a 1-drop, and so that's good for us, especially if they had a 1-drop with Teeth and Ambition, we would have been in trouble. But since they don't, we can play our Lilo and we'll be able to quest with her next turn for 2. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to stick to our game plan, which is ink something and then get our Pinocchio in on second turn. So they are playing Ruby Amethyst, but it looks like it's a more aggressive version of the deck maybe because they've got Pinocchio in there, which you don't usually see. Usually Ruby Amethyst is a little bit more controlling and not quite so aggressive. But we're going to stick to our game plan here. We're going to ink the extra Goofy that we got, and we're going to get our Pinocchio in. And then on third turn, since we only have the Queen to ink, it looks like we're probably going to be inking her and then getting our Goofy in. And they quest with their Pinocchio. And let's see what they play. Since they can be at 3 this turn, I would guess maybe a Madame Mim Fox. And so they ink a snake and get in the fox, which lets them take out our Lilo, which is not great for us, but she did get in for a couple of lore already, which is good. I think there's a couple different options here. You know, we could stick to our game plan and get our Goofy in with the Just in Time, or if we wanted to, now that we just drew a Protective Cub, a Simba, since we'll be at 3 once we ink the Queen, we could go Maleficent and Simba instead. And then Simba would trade with Madam Mim Fox. And so he wouldn't be able to get to our Pinocchio, but yeah, quest with Pinocchio, and then play the Maleficent and Simba. Now, if he was on 5 with his Inkwell, we definitely would want to watch out for a Maui, typically when we're playing against Ruby Amethyst. This doesn't look like your typical Ruby Amethyst list, and so who knows if he's running Maui or not, but since he's only on 4 right now he could just trade his Madam Mim Fox with our Simba, and our Pinocchio and Maleficent are still safe for now. And even if he kills Simba, then we still got a Bodyguard that we can play next turn. So he sings Friends on the Other Side and inks a Minnie Mouse. And then bounces that Madam Mim, which is an alright play, because now he doesn't have to trade with our Simba anymore. But he's still going a little bit slow over there. Definitely can't race us as far as trying to get to 20 before we do. And now we draw a Madam Mim Fox. And so we could do some things with bouncing if we wanted to. We could quest and then bounce one of our characters and take out his Madam Mim Fox if we wanted to. Since we don't know if he's playing Maui or not, I think it might be just a better idea to maybe just get our Goofy in this turn instead. If he was playing typical Ruby Amethyst, I probably wouldn't get Goofy in right now, because he would just take out Goofy with Maui and then take out our Pinocchio with his Madam Mim Fox. But since we don't really know, I'm just going to play the Goofy Bodyguard and hope he doesn't have a Maui on his turn. So we'll see. So if he doesn't have a Maui, then he could challenge our Goofy, but our Goofy will not die and his Fox will die. And so he's still not in a great spot, because I'm still, even if somehow he could kill our Goofy this turn, I would still be questing for 5 next turn, and that would put us at 15. And with a Madam Mim Fox and an Arthur to start bouncing our guys to protect them, he's in a pretty bad spot. And I'm guessing since he's taking so long that he doesn't have a Maui, otherwise it would be a pretty easy decision. He would just play Maui, take out our Goofy, and then use his Madam Mim Fox to take out our Pinocchio, and we would be in a much worse spot. But instead, he just bounces the Madam Mim Fox, and he even forgets to quest with his first Fox before he plays the second one, but I don't think it's going to matter anyway. So he challenges our Goofy and loses his Fox, and plays Pinocchio, which is not a great play for him, but maybe he's just got a handful of stuff to bounce. So yeah, this is great for us. Now we're up to 16 lore already, and so at this point it looks like there's not much he can do. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and play Arthur just in case maybe he draws a Maui. Next turn I'd be able to bounce someone and finish the game out. But yeah, it doesn't look like he has anything because he just quests. So yeah, that's it. So again, here is the deck list if you wanted to try out this deck. It's definitely a lot of fun, especially when you get those really good hands like I got in the game that we just played, where you get a 1-drop, a 2-drop with Pinocchio, and then get a Bodyguard to follow that up. And especially if you go first. I went second in that game, but he was really slow on the start. But yeah, fun deck. Go try it out. If you want another fun deck to try out, here is the deck that I mentioned earlier that I'm calling Lemon Lime. It's also aggressive. It's using Amber and Emerald, which honestly I haven't seen a whole lot on Pixelborn, but once I was into the higher levels of gold, I started seeing this deck a little bit and it looked fun. And it's got some early creatures with Stitch and the Queen that you can shift really quickly. An early dock can help get your bigger creatures in faster, and then later on in the game you've got Stitch that you can shift in, you've got Ray and Tinkerbell that have evasive and so they're harder to take out later on. Same thing with Genie, and once you get to the point where you can play Genie, he'll bounce one of your opponent's characters back to their hand, which is really nice, and he's got evasive as well. And so yeah, it starts out a little bit aggressive and then later on it's hard to take out these creatures. So yeah, just another fun deck option for you to try out. Let me know down in the comments if you've tried out either of these decks and what you think. And in the next video, I'll have another fun deck to share with you guys, the deck that basically got me through silver to gold. It's an Amber Ruby deck, and it's really fun to play, and it handles a lot of the meta decks really well. And so stay tuned for the next video, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see that video. Thank you for watching. Go try out some Pixelborn, have some fun playing Lorcana, and if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe so that you can see my future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.